Hello everybody and welcome to the ITK Soccer Show. It is the 21st of August, episode 3, season 5, joined by Dan and John as always. We're going to be recapping match week 2 in the Premier League, including some latest news. We're going to revisit our conversation about the best passer in the world that we had last week, including a little bit of a quiz as well at the end. We don't know how long it's going to go. It could be a multi-week quiz that Dan and John are going to battle out against. How's everybody doing?
Grand. It's what?
Grand, yeah.
I love how polite both of you are. Ladies first. Okay, so we'll jump to the news very quickly before we do our recap and preview of the Premier League stuff. Start off with Gavin Bazunu, who's moving from Shamrock Rovers to Manchester City. Where's he from?
He's tall lad, like Fairhouse.
Oh, okay. It's just his second name threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, he's 16.
What descent is he of?
I don't know.
Do you know? Okay.
Don't know. He's of African descent anyway.
He's of African descent. And how long has he been in the system? How long has he been in the system, in the Shamrock Rovers system?
Oh, sorry. I meant something a bit different there. He's only made his debut there about... Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry. Sorry, John was just doing the gag. Go ahead, sorry.
I think he only made his debut in like June.
Had he been with a different club before, or
no? He's only 16.
Lad, obviously.
He's in fifth year, like.
So
he's 6'2" and he's a beast and he's unbelievable and he's going to be Ireland's future goalkeeper in 3 years, I'd say.
Well, that was the answer to what position does he play?
Yeah, well, he's 400 grand and I'm guessing they've got all clauses on, like international caps, league titles, sell-on clauses. They have to have all that. Like Reece sold Graham Burke to Preston. He's already scored 2 goals for Preston now since he's gone in there. So you have to just kind of look at, like, just take your money and then get your sell-ons. But they, he's only 16, and apparently Guardiola has seen enough of him that he hadn't gone to a match, but he's seen videos and stuff yet. So he hadn't conceded a goal in his first 6 games for Rovers, and he saved a penalty down in Cork. And it was a brilliant save as well. It wasn't just like a save; it was a really good save. Like.
So who was he playing for? Like, was the under something?
No, he's Rovers' number 1 goalkeeper.
He's 16. He's starting for Rovers.
Yeah.
Oh wow, what a story! That's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm delighted for him, but the one good thing is he's not moving till next year.
Oh,
so he's going to get his leaving cert in, which I think is great for him in case something goes wrong or whatever. I think he's going to start in the Man City under-19 squad, possibly the under-23s. I'm not too sure, but place him for Joe Hart. I know, but I'm delighted for the lad, but definitely a name to watch out for. This guy is for 16. He's too good.
How are Rovers doing at the moment?
They were doing fine until last week. I don't want to talk about it.
They were doing fine until last week. So is that the 6 weeks he didn't concede?
He picked up a knock and they put Alan Manis back in goal.
Okay.
From St Johnson. He's Northern Ireland's number 2.
Oh, right, okay.
We not knocked out of the cup, lost the balls. Everyone's gone tits up as usual. So.
And it's because of this?
Well, I wouldn't say it's because of this, but he wasn't in goal for it. But again, the keeper had nothing to do with, you know what I mean? Like,
well, keepers make a big difference.
This guy though it'd be great though because he's going to be working with Alan Manis, the guy. He's 36, very experienced. Bazunu will learn whatever he can for next year. Do his leaving cert.
Yeah.
Go to Man City now. Not necessarily loan him back. I don't know, but
you wouldn't mind that.
400 grand for a 16-year-old who only made his debut in June and no one heard of before.
That's really good. And speaking on the subject of keepers, we'll keep going. We'll talk about Ted Danson when we get to the Liverpool match. But speaking of Liverpool, it does say a lot that Loris Karius was on the bench for the opening game of the season, but last night he was relegated to stands and Mignolet is in. It was basically a situation of who's going first and then the other one by proxy has to stay. The funniest thing is that Mignolet was also linked with Besiktas. So not only is he going to have to stay at Anfield, but it's the same club going in for Karius.
That's a pretty unforgiving move. Like, those Turkish fans are mad. And the pressure he's under in England, it's not going to be like, this is going to be serious pressure in Turkey. Like, they're so unforgiving.
I get that, Dan, but I think both those guys are so desperate to go. I'm
just saying, though, like, if he makes a mistake at Anfield, the worst he's going to get, you're called shite.
Yeah.
The worst he's going to get here is like, I mean...
Yeah.
So I don't know, Maybe they still...
He'll have less people tweeting him, let's put it that way.
Well, maybe more death threats, but...
Certainly.
Did you read the kicker interview with Klopp? Where Klopp was like, I was probably going, like he said, I was going to buy a goalkeeper anyway. Like we were going to buy Danson anyway. But he said because of the reaction that Karius got, he was just going to keep him anyway. Like he was going to stick with him. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Is he just being a nice guy to Karius?
No, I think he was being
too nice.
But again, I don't think there's wrong being very loyal to your players.
No,
Dan, this before, Dan, like
he was saying that he wasn't going to buy Alisson because of the Champions League final. Do you understand? He was going to buy Alisson, and then it went so bad for Karius. He was like, "This would really hurt him, even though we were going to do it anyway. So we'll just go with him." And then, if, sense prevailed.
It's a 2-year loan deal, I heard.
Yeah, and they have to buy though after 2 years.
Yeah,
it's the Danny Ings deal.
Well, he might get his confidence back up.
Is Danny Ings on 2 years?
No, it's only 1 year.
Okay, sorry.
They have to buy at the end.
They have to buy.
Ings scored on Saturday.
He was great.
We'll get there. He was a little bit different. We'll jump on that in a second. Pogba's agent versus Paul Scholes. It's Rinola, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what an ugly fight.
It's just so petty, the whole thing. But like, I think Scholes has always been saying he wants more from Pogba. Then the agent's like
every pundit in the world.
Yeah, but like the agent's like, oh yeah, what would you want to do? Sell him and all this? It's just nonsense. But it's interesting for an agent to actually go and tweet that when there has been links.
What
to
was the exact tweet, Dan?
I don't have it to hand.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, I don't know.
He said if I was, put Scholes as managing director or chief executive or something, he'd sell Pogba. And then he goes, oh yeah, we'd really have sleepless nights getting another club for him or something. You know what I mean? It was something along the lines of that, but it was just so random.
Yeah.
To come out, like, But again, he's defending his player. To be fair to Pogba, he did come out at the end of the game and says my attitude was wrong on Sunday. He did actually come out and say that, so.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there very, very shortly. And finally, Thierry Henry is potentially moving from Belgium assistant to manager of Bordeaux, his first proper big league managerial position.
At least he's doing it the right way.
It's a shame because
he's been coaching and then he's going to a manager role, so he's got a bit of,
Yeah, for sure.
Cattermole was supposed to move from Sunderland to Bordeaux, and
you sound really sexy today.
Thank you.
And I don't know.
It looks like that deal might fall through now.
Yeah, take the compliment.
Gus Poyet that was there.
Not Bordeaux.
Yeah, and he.
No, I don't think so.
He was because he quit there or got sacked because they sold their best striker.
Malcolm.
No, not Malcolm. They're a striker without his knowledge. Or he said, don't
remember he got sacked live on air on Match of the Day.
Yeah, he's
by Brighton. So he's been through the wars when it comes to sacking.
Martinez was linked with the Leicester job last week. We forgot to mention it, but
all the
papers were reporting that Claude Puel had three matches to save his job.
Why would they give him... Like, they had such a disaster in the season. I think he's a good manager, but why would the hell would they...
I just think he's so boring.
But why would they, give him the start of the season to... if they're not keen on a manager, you saw it with Liverpool a couple of years ago with Rodgers. They were like, oh, I don't know about this now. Do we stick or twist? Do we stick or twist? And it's like, oh, we'll give him a first few games here. Because like, if that doubt's even there, I don't think the manager should be there. Well, because you're already searching for a successor until it comes up, and then obviously the Klopp thing happened or whatever. You have to be fully behind your manager or not behind him.
Well, your mate Milner, who we'll talk about later, came out today and said Brendan would have turned the club around if he'd been given a little more time. I'm glad that things happened the way they did.
I don't think there's one Liverpool fan who would rather have Rodgers.
No, of course not. Okay, Cardiff versus Newcastle. I'm starting with this for a reason.
Terrible game.
Just started the weekend off as it meant to continue with the rough tackles.
Yeah, a couple of redsies.
Well, Kennedy should have been. Kennedy should have been sent off.
Kennedy
didn't have a successful pass to the 58th minute and missed a penalty.
And Arthur.
Yeah,
Arthur.
I thought that in 2018 we would definitely be
saying
Kennedy
how he didn't get a red as well. Yeah. Then the red for Isaac Hayden probably was a red. Like, it was high, but like I've seen them not give him. But like, it was just Cardiff are no good. Newcastle didn't want to play at all. It was just. I watched the whole game.
I was disappointed in Newcastle. I think they could have won that match, and they should have won.
Newcastle are good at home. They Rafa's always like that. He's always very negative away from home.
You know 3 points were there, I think.
And 3 points were there for both teams. And both teams come out going, we just played a team who are shit.
Yeah. Southampton and Everton. Don't want any fantasy spoilers, haven't checked yet. But the one, I didn't play my wild card, though I was tempted. The one switch I made was I put Sweet Ass for Richarlison in. He got me a goal, as did Walcott. Walcott also was one of the greatest sitters all time all my life. Ings got the other one. They started the dream team of Ings and Austin.
That Walcott goal.
Well, obviously. But
this match summed up Walcott's career. Like, it was a wonderful goal, really clever, their first one, then missed an absolute sitter.
Do you remember the year after 2 years of complaining that he made Wenger start him up front?
Yeah. nothing
so
wrong.
Ings and Austin started together. Speaking of your disciplinary thing, Southampton had 5 players in the book. Southampton looked a lot better than they did on the first week, but I think Everton were deserved winners.
I said last week Ings looked good when he came on, and then he was everywhere. He missed a few chances. Pickford should have been sent off for kicking him on the back.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Ripped his jersey and gave him a nice scratch.
Oh yeah, he ripped it right below the
but
number.
You could see that Danny Ings wasn't match fit. Like even his goal, the replay's so funny because he's doing the old Wayne Rooney where he's like, oh Jesus Christ.
You could also see the wolf tattoo on his back, which looked quite questionable.
The fair things though, like you got to go. You look at the strikers. I have him, Austin, who's never fit, Gabbiadini and Shane Long.
Yeah, Shane Long.
Like,
how is he still?
There's not much going there. Like Gabbiadini had a really good start with Southampton. Really poor last year.
Can you remember this?
Shane Long, the last time he scored.
No, can you remember when Gabbiadini was good?
Yeah, when
Ibrahimovic was good.
When he got the Carnival final against Man United.
What was the Everton striker who had that 5 months of amazingness? Was it
Jelavic?
Yeah.
Joe.
Jelavic, I was going to say.
Joe.
Joe for City.
The house is on fire.
He was on loan with Everton. They bought him and it was terrible.
The house is on fire.
Excuse me, alright. I hope that's not being picked up. There's some weird alarm going off here. Seymour!
Sorry, what was that?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Simpsons quotes out of my head, and you guys were giving me something.
Gabbiadini. Look, listen. I'm not saying that I'm going to hang back on this, but I'd say Southampton pegged to go down. It's in my prediction, but I did question it when they signed Ings. I think he could be the difference.
I like their midfield. That's about it.
Do you?
And the goalkeeper's good, but I don't like the defence and up front.
There's teams worse than them, and then I think there's teams that are bigger messes that we'll get on to than them. So I think they'll be fine. But I predicted Mark Hughes to be the first manager sacked, and out of all my predictions, it's the only one I'm still fairly confident
Hughes likes getting sacked from clubs, doesn't he?
He likes complaining. He was complaining about the Pickford thing,
which
people don't care about because he complains about everything all the time. So even when it's valid, it's like
Leicester and Wolves. It was Maddison with both, wasn't it?
No, it was Maddison and a Doherty on goal.
Oh, sorry. It was.
Doherty missed a sitter.
I'm going to be honest.
Doherty missed a sitter, then scored a great on goal, a lovely header to the top corner, and then got absolutely destroyed by Jamie Vardy, who got a red card.
Yeah,
absolutely red.
Well, a lot of reds this weekend.
The news coming out of it was the Vardy tackle. Ian Wright, just being Ian Wright, didn't think it was. Shut up.
Well, Ian Wright also had that horrific challenge on Schmeichel.
Yeah.
In 96, I think.
Okay.
Where it was 1-on-1, and he literally studs in on Schmeichel.
Yeah.
And Schmeichel wanted to kill him apparently.
Ashura said it was in our day. It's not.
Hold on. We promised last week that we weren't going to be those guys. Leicester, as we were talking about earlier, like whatever about it not being as exciting as it used to be, and it can never really be again. They'll be fine this year, though.
Oh yeah, they'll probably be top 10. But like Wolves actually were very good.
Wolves hit the woodwork twice.
They kept hitting the post, and
Wolves hit the woodwork.
They play City this weekend though, so never mind.
Spurs and Fulham. Joe was absolutely revolting about this match, and I love the English national team more than most Irish human beings. But when Trippier scored the free kick, and the commentary was just like, "Making a stream in the summer," I was like, "Go fuck yourself!"
Imagine they'd won it.
Go fuck. Look, you're not wrong.
So that's why I didn't want them to win it.
It's a great free kick. Spurs needed that.
It was awesome.
They were the better team.
Yeah, it took them a while to break through. Lucas Moura missed like 2 sitters, one embarrassingly easy, then scored a header, wasn't it?
No. He got on his left.
It was the header he missed. I'm sorry. Kane broke the August curse.
Fulham, first half weren't in the game, but they're really good second half.
Yeah.
I like Mitrovic's
They created enough chance. Like Mitrovic was causing issues.
The great Siri, who we don't know why they signed or why he signed with them, was completely absent in that first half.
But they just
thought he wasn't playing.
Stepped it up, Fulham. But again, that's 2 defeats to 2 over Fulham. But I wouldn't worry about them. I still think they'll be alright.
Mitrovic with the 1 goal for Fulham. Moving on. West Ham and Bournemouth, really bad for West Ham losing their first home game. Bournemouth was a game that they probably should have won. Arnautovic, their best player from last season, was the only person who got the goal. Steve Cook, who, I think is going to have a season this year, for sure. And Wilson with the 2 for Bournemouth.
You know what I liked about this match? You know the way on Match of the Day they always show like the last highlight, and then like they say full time while they're showing a replay of it. The last highlight was the goal. The goal was in the 66th minute.
Did you see? Did you see the way Fabianski ended up like The Rock taking a stunner? Yeah. He ended up like he dived for the ball, but somehow his head was like vertical to the ground and his feet were up in the air.
That means nothing happened for 24 minutes, and like Pellegrini was like, "Oh, I'm disappointed the fans left early." It's like nothing happened for 24 minutes.
Well, I think they've got their issues in midfield. Like Noble was trying to run after Wilson, and this is half an hour to go. Could not run.
They've got some tough fixtures now.
Yeah. They're same West Ham.
They're 7-4 with Paddy Power to match Crystal Palace's 7 games without a win.
Sorry, Ham are?
Yeah, because they have Arsenal this weekend, and then I think they have like City and Liverpool. They have some really tough fixtures coming up or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
he could get the sack after that.
Well, because my next question was like, this is Pellegrini. This is 9 new signings. Sorry.
Sam.
But no, what I was going to ask is, it's Pellegrini. It's 9 new signings, 5 of which have started 2 games. Like, surely it's just a matter of time, and we weren't crazy, especially those of us who picked them to get 7th. Yeah. Or
Wolves
is this looking terrible?
Out of this.
Yeah, no.
They'll come good. Like, there's so many new signings, new style of play. Obviously, he loves that high line as well, which he's trying to do. You can't defend in the box.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that, but the goalkeeper has to be more alert then to be a sweeper. It'll take time. They'll be fine, West Ham, but there's a lot of rebuilding there, and I think there's, like, they sold Koyate. Like, they don't really have a defensive midfielder.
Well, this is certainly an issue.
He's gone to Palace, so I think he's actually a pretty good player. Like.
Stick Wilshere there, quarterback.
Him and Noble can't run.
Sorry. Excuse me?
Him and Noble can't run.
Oh, Noble can't run anymore.
Like, they're
couldn't run much in his prime.
They need another person in there with them.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Best game of the weekend, Chelsea and Arsenal. Pedro and Morata got Chelsea off the mark before they completely forgot how to defend for 25 minutes. Iwobi and Mkhitaryan got the 2 goals for Arsenal in a spell where they could have had several more goals. Aubameyang missed a sitter. Iwobi had, it seemed like, 5 chances in a row.
Mkhitaryan missed a few.
Yeah, and then Alonso coming back with a cheeky assist from Hazard, who lit up the game when he came on and changed it. Is it like, it's a weird one here because, like, obviously everyone is in agreement that Emery is going to take a while to get things going. He eventually will. Some people are saying it's this season, some people are saying it's not. But were we looking at a really good Arsenal at the end of this first half, or were we looking at a Chelsea team who just literally lost the plot?
Chelsea can't defend. I told you that. The start.
It was only 20 minutes though, Dan.
Neil, they are awful at the back. They are as bad as Arsenal at the back, but they have better protection in midfield.
Well, Kante's playing forward up front, so we're talking about fucking Ross Barkley's the protection that's making the difference. He's one man.
No, I'm just saying they're actually set up better than Arsenal.
Did you think they looked? Did you think? Funny?
He's only one man.
Did you think that they looked as bad in the second half? Because I didn't.
No, but both teams decided then this can't go on.
Bit of lockdown, I know.
So, okay, but like, I'm just saying, though, in general, I think if you even just get at this Chelsea defence, I think they're pretty useless.
It remains to be seen. I don't think this was the match.
Luis can't play in it too.
There
were so many times they got in behind Alonso and Azpilicueta, and it was almost like, oh, don't worry, we've got 3 centre halves now in the middle to deal with this.
They don't.
Oh, we don't now.
No, they don't.
And Luis has to think on his, like, he's a free man now, so he has to go and engage that. It's not going to work.
But Dan, he wasn't playing in the back 3 last year. It's not like he's used to one system.
When were Chelsea last scored? When they won the league with Luis in the middle of a 3.
Yeah,
but the first year under Conte. Last year was a write-off, whatever happened.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's big issues there. Keeper's new. Conte's playing further forward. So it's big changes at Chelsea as well. And I think this is why they'll both finish 5th and 6th.
Kante playing further forward is bad
I like that.
news. Oh, man.
Can you imagine being the person to run after him for a whole game? Imagine him making... He was everywhere in the first half. He was absolutely everywhere.
Would you not agree that him with Jorginho and an actual attacking midfielder would not be a better bet? I just don't think Ross Barkley's good enough.
They already have Kovacic, maybe. I don't know. Kovacic looked very good when he came.
Well, what I would suggest is when Willian comes in, maybe Hazard can go there because it's where he really wants to go.
I think Hazard will always play off the left. But
and do you think Willian will just come in for Pedro and Ross Barkley's going to start every fucking game this season, or?
Well, Fabregas has to come back.
Fair.
I was out for dinner for this match and I was checking my phone and the same friend texted me at one point, Arsenal are all over the place here, and then like 15 minutes later, Chelsea are all over the place here.
Yeah. It was definitely the best game of the...
Lots of sitters missed by Arsenal and people who picked Aubameyang to be top goal scorer, like he still might be, but like...
He missed so many easy ones, like...
You can't have Mkhitaryan and Ozil on the same team, by the way.
Oh, we talked about this before. You just can't. I did keep my faith with my first fantasy week picks of Aubameyang and Kane. Kane one came good. Aubameyang just should have come good. I was very upset with that, but that's neither here nor there. Burnley and Watford, Hughes, Gray and Troy Deeney with the goals, and Burnley just getting one. Didn't see the highlights for this, guys, not gonna lie.
Burnley starting really slow again. Watford were really good. Again, I always say every year they're going to get relegated, but they start the season so well. You look at the league and they go, geez, they're not great at all. And you look at the league, they're 10th.
Burnley played 120 minutes on Thursday. They scored an extra time to go through.
Yeah.
And then Watford in that game. Very good point.
I was very surprised, but
they don't playing that, the Europa League now. I think they had like 27-8% possession against a Turkish team at home. So it's like they're doing a lot of running still. Thursday, Sunday. I did put that as a question that maybe they could get sucked into a relegation fight. I think it was really up to Sean Dyche. He'd rather just get out of Europa League because it could be.
Remember, when you're a team that size, you have to.
No, I know, but like Ipswich Town, for example,
they'll come back
in 2002 got or 2001 was they got 5th in the league and they got Europa Cup. They got relegated in that season.
Yeah,
it does when the squad isn't massive. Now they're a good team, but when the squad is massive and they don't keep the ball well enough. They're running so much, especially in Europe.
Oh, no, you're not wrong, but I don't think they're going to be in the competition long enough for it to get them into that kind of spot.
The group stages will be starting soon.
Yeah.
And they could be going to Belarus and Albania and Russia.
It's not going to help them.
Yeah, but the fans will be happier doing that. Burnley are a solid enough team that they go down, they'll come back up. They won't get to the Europa League again.
I don't think anyone wants them to go down, though, no matter what.
Yeah, but would they rather have a couple of games in Europa League, go out in the group stage, and then be fighting for 40 points?
We'll see if they are.
Or would they rather just have last year and go, we're comfortably top 10.
Huddersfield and Man City, Stankovic got the only goal for Huddersfield. Aguero got 3. He could have gotten 7. David Silva got 1. Had the really nice thing where his premature kid from last season, first time seeing his dad play, got to see him score, was in attendance. And Jesus, who could have had about 3 himself, also on the score sheet. This is it's Man City from last year. Absolutely no difference, and no Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch.
No De Bruyne, no Sané, or no Sterling. Sané started, or Walker.
Yeah.
This game was over at half time because of the Huddersfield goalkeeper.
Did Walker not start?
No, Walker didn't start.
No.
Who started for what?
He kind of put Stones out there. He kind of put Fernandinho with. I couldn't work out.
Sorry, it was Fernandinho.
Mendy was running
three at the back, really, sort of thing, and then 2 wingers there.
Mendy's great.
Yeah, I
can I talk about the City documentary?
We'll do that after, will we?
Sure.
Let's do that. But don't let me forget.
I just want to say one thing about it. Poor Sergio Aguero. His life was so sad.
Okay, let's talk about the City documentary. Go ahead.
There's just a bit, episode 2, it's all about the first Manchester derby of the season.
Sorry to cut you off. Can we just, so this is only available on Amazon Prime, and it's episodic, is it?
Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 episodes.
Are they like an hour each or something?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Okay, tell me, so how far have you got?
I've pretty much watched it all now.
Well, go on, give us your report.
It's amazing. Like, if you like, it just gives an in-depth look at the entire team. Like, they avoid all the human rights issues of the Man City owners and all that sort of stuff, as you sort of expect. But like, they show everything. They show boardrooms, like after Mendy gets injured, and they're like, we might have to go back into the transfer market in January. But like, there's this bit in episode 2 where they're in like Aguero's house, and they're going through his living room, and he has like 4, like obviously he has like 9 of them now, but 4 like match balls signed by the entire team. And he goes, "Oh, my dad put them up there," and he's like, "This is my son's room. He goes to school at Argentina, so he's only here like once a week." And I was like, "Here are all my jerseys. I keep them all from like the ones I've signed." And he's like, "I hang out with my friends. I'm in this big house by myself. I have a cinema, but I can't watch horror movies because I live here by myself." So
he is fair play to him for like not going back to Spain.
He's separated from Maradona's daughter now.
Yeah, and there's photos from Maradona's house where he has like photos, and like there's like a blue dot over Aguero's face in every single one of them. So I don't think it ended well. But like he said,
Maradona fell out with you. I'd say
he's he's 2 friends. It's like Otamendi and David De Gea.
Otamendi.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Is he still good mates with Messi?
Like, yeah.
Isn't he the god?
He's the godfather. But like that could be from the father's side.
Yeah, that could have been an edict.
You know what I mean? You have to.
That'd be like Don.
Why could you have not married my daughter?
Don pushing rank for me to be
godfather. Isn't that the thing about Pele? Isn't Pele like the godfather, like 148 children or something like that?
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Just not going to
children he's never met.
No.
So you said that they showed boardroom clips of transfer
talk. They showed
talk.
Boardroom clips. They showed.
Well, what was that like? I want to ask you about that.
Like it was short, but they were like it was at the start of the season where like we spent all our money on wing backs. So you could sort of see like the formation they played. That's how they started last year before Mende got injured. Like the 3 at the back and the wing backs going man forward. You could see that they tried to do it. They couldn't do it last year because they had Delph. Delph is a serious talker, Like, he's just giving out. He's like, fuck's sake, remember the basics of football. They have an episode, it's called Welcome to Hell, I think, and it's their week where they lose to Liverpool twice and then United in the middle.
Yeah.
Jose came out there and he said he wants money for them because they keep showing him. And then he's like, actually, you guys had jerseys printed that said we won it on the derby, so he says he just wants one of them.
That's
like,
brilliant.
Show that. But like, I was calling, like, my wife is a physio, and I was calling her because, like, there's a bit where Mendy's knee explodes.
I thought you were going to say you strained yourself while watching it.
I strained myself. No, but and they keep going to the doctor, and just he explains everything, and they show like the surgery and stuff, or they show like company in a freezer for 10 minutes because it helps with like inflammation and stuff. And,
okay.
Then they have like the cleaning ladies and stuff who call all the players' underwear knickers, which is a very funny thing. That's just gas. It's actually, and they show like all the football, like from the German league, Kevin De Bruyne and stuff. And
awesome. Who came across as the most likable personalities?
Mendy, obviously. Like, there's not. Pep is insane, but I'll just leave that for just like he's just.
Is he? He's very
like, he tells a story about himself. He's like, imagine you're a boy, a ball boy who gets called to play for his team. It's me. It's me. And there's like good bits where like they're playing the Leicester match, and he like says, when we have the ball, Maguire goes back, he's too afraid, so there's space there for Kevin De Bruyne, and then they show Kevin De Bruyne scoring, and then there's
show the plan and
there's
execution.
A bit where, like it's famous now because Liverpool fans are like, ooh, like he's talking about us, but like that bit where he's like, I do not like Liverpool's front three, and like the coach is like, yeah, but other than that they're terrible. He's like, yeah, I do not like that front three.
So you'd highly recommend it. There's no way to see it unless you have Amazon Prime.
I tried to log in with your thing yesterday and I had to get a code or something. I wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't trusting you.
Oh wow, okay.
But it's, I think like Amazon Prime, like they're giving it away. It's like $3.99 a month or something. So it's like.
Look, you're not the first person to say it's great. Okay,
but
guys,
it is a bit long. Like it is like 8 hours. Like I was really enjoying it, and then I was like, whoa, there's other things to be doing.
I pulled my cap again. Brighton and United, like this is incredible stuff.
It's my goal of the season.
So Murray and Duffy, Muffy. Combining, and then let me get my timeline of this right. It went. Pogba pulled one back, wasn't it? No, it was Lukaku. Lukaku pulled one back, and then everyone's favorite fantasy player, and then from last season, and then Pogba got a pen at the end. And Brighton were the best team. Like it's not even.
I couldn't believe this match.
I could not believe this match. It looked like Man United, like literally.
Do you think they've thrown the towel on Mourinho? It's very similar to remember when he got sacked from Chelsea?
Yes.
Second time. And it was the second weekend of the season on Sky Sports again. Chelsea are away from home. This time against Man City. I think they were 3-0 down at half time. He yanked Terry off at half time. He changed formation. He had a go. Everyone. It just seemed kind of like they had no idea. It just seemed so scattered.
Yeah. Like for me,
I'm not saying he's lost dressing room, but
no, I'm not saying. I think there's something there. What Man United seemed to me at times last season, especially this season, is like he is very outspoken about who his favorite players are, and I think when other players have to stand in, they don't do so thinking, "I'm going to fucking play for my spot here." They know that they're just there. Not because of their own merit, but because they have to fill a gap. And I think there's a passion that's very much lost. Pogba and Martial are huge examples of that.
Mourinho challenges players, though.
Yeah.
He does challenge them. He goes, until he gets what he sees, then he'll love you. I think he tries... his theory is right what he's doing, but just the way footballers are, like they just don't take criticism well. And they go on social media and give out, or they just don't play.
I actually think if Fellaini had started over Fred, it would have been a different story. Like it was just like that kind of game.
What about David De Gea's distribution?
It was like he was possessed.
Can I ask a question about De Gea? How many shots since the World Cup have gone in? I don't think has he saved like 4 shots. It's
only been like 2 matches.
No, I'm saying
including
in the World Cup. I think he conceded 1 save,
he conceded 6 from 7.
And I'd say he's conceded 4 now, and I'd say they've had maybe about 6 on target.
It's
in his defense of that match, like Murray's flick was amazing. Duffy was like, it was in the box, he whacked it past it. Nothing you could do about that. And then the penalty, maybe he should have saved. But the thing about that was, I was in the pub, a friend of mine was over from London, and the All-Ireland was on at the same time. And the Galway were making their comeback in that match, and it was incredible. Like, I was watching the end of that, and I turned around and I was like, have I missed anything here? And they're like, no, like nothing happened. Like it's Manchester United for my entire life. Similar to we'll get onto that about Liverpool conceding a goal, but I have United will make a comeback. They always make a comeback, and nothing happened in the second half at all. Like I think
always make a comeback under this coach.
What's the stat like? They ran the entire team like 90 kilometers, which is.
Is that particularly low?
It's really low. Like for an entire 11 players running for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't think they
work great.
But they started fine. Like Lukaku had a decent chance and did what Lukaku does and just sliced it over. And then
Lukaku was always doing what Lukaku did. Like you felt that if he got good service, it would have just been a different game. But the rest of the team weren't
you know what's ironic? I think they actually probably had bar Valencia. I still think it was probably their strongest back four.
Bally, Lindelof, Valencia, and Young.
Shaw.
It?
Well, I'd have
Shaw.
I'd honestly, if Valencia came in,
that's a big
maybe you could go Jones ahead of Lindelof, but
it's still a 31-year-old left winger who played left back last year playing right back. It's not exactly, and its support and their support is like Juan Mata and Martial. And the reason why Jose doesn't like Martial, the player I like, is that he doesn't support the back line. And Mata again is not a winger. Like I was talking about Mkhitaryan and Ozil doing very little on the wing. Like he does even less. That's why he was dragged off at half time.
Yeah, Mourinho is not a happy man when he has to play Mata on the wing.
A man who probably doesn't even I had Sanchez in my fantasy team. Sanchez is fine because I had Gray coming in.
What was the crack with him? It was a personal thing, wasn't it?
I think there's something going on in that club. And you do have to point the finger at the manager, but we'll find out. Do you think he'll be here at the end of the season, yes or no? Will he last the season?
No. I'm going to say no.
Don't know, probably not.
The Zidane... Man United made a statement about the Zidane rumours. Like, they didn't need to.
Give it to Michael Carrick.
You saw Ed Woodward's face at the end of the game?
No.
Like, very cross.
Yeah, I can imagine. Monday Night Football was Liverpool and Palace. There was a couple of times last season where Liverpool eked out a result, but they'd almost always concede, and it was kind of an improvement on the year before. And this was the first time that, like, even though they were not playing at their greatest strength, and Palace are a very, very pacey team, and as good as our fullbacks have been, they're still very, very young guys. Liverpool never really got caught out, even though they had to release possession a lot in the second half. There was 2 times where a ball was fizzed across the box and it looked dangerous, but in reality there was no Palace players showing up for it. And then Townsend had the shot where he hit the bar. But as much as
Townsend shot and the Joe Gomez match-saving tackle at one point to stop Zaha, but Liverpool still have the issue when the front three don't show up. There's no one really to score goals from. Like, it was a penalty, but in the same way.
It was a penalty.
It was a penalty.
It was a soft penalty,
but we struggled to break them down. Like, Palace were still a well-set-up team.
I thought Palace probably deserved a point, but it wasn't because you guys played poorly. I thought you played actually pretty well, and you're always going to get that. But I love the way you're 1-0 up, and the chances there to counter-attack a couple of times, and you went for it. Yeah. You went for the kill.
We could have scored a lot more, and we didn't.
I thought. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is some player.
I thought he was poor.
He has his moments.
No, I think he's just. You look his touch, his technique. He's really good.
Can't cross the ball.
He can't cross the ball in the first half of the game. Second half, grand. First half of the game,
Gomez and Van Dijk look like your good partnership, which we alluded to last year. Actually, that we'd probably go with those.
That's what I would have. Lovren could not have picked a worse time to get hurt, with Clavin potentially out of the club and Matip out of favour. Like, Klopp is very anti-Mourinho in the sense that he gets incredibly attached to a player when they just have a bit of a run. Robertson last year is the best example.
He encourages them. It's encouragement. It's positive encouragement. Like,
it took 8 games last year for Liverpool to keep 2 clean sheets in a row. It's 2 clean sheets in a row now. If it gets to 3-5 or 4-6 by the time Lovren is back, Joe Gomez is not going to be shifted. He'll have.
Well, you know why I like Gomez in there?
His pace.
He's very quick. Very quick. Now, obviously, there's a few times I've seen him get caught out by a high ball. Remember, Man City last year went over and I think Sané.
Yeah.
It does happen to maybe caught out of position once or twice, but he's learning the game, and I think he's got Van Dijk beside him, the power, strength,
and
really good in the ball.
Leader as well, which helps.
And then you've got Gomez. Obviously, he started as a left back, wasn't he? Bought as a left back from Charlton.
He was bought as a left back. He played a right back, and
I just think he's naturally got that agility and pace. To cover.
He's like a far less talented Kyle Walker.
You're always going to be playing high enough line because you squeeze the pitch.
Palace were great at the back. I just like give extra credit. Like, I was watching it, and Van Aanholt and your man, he ended up getting sent off, but I was just checking his name. Wan-Bissaka.
And
the pace out of them, like, to keep up with the guys.
He didn't put a foot wrong until he got sent off. Yeah. And he beat a few of our players, like...
He caught up to Mane, and no one has done that ever.
It was stunning. It's interesting, isn't it, that,
like... is shit, by the way. Can I put, like, honestly...
Oh, it's just...
Oh, my God. Like, I can't remember him being this bad. He's got worse every single time I've seen him. Remember last year against Bournemouth?
Yeah.
He wouldn't give... who was it? Milivojevic the penalty, and he goes, I'm taking it, and then missed. He's just...
There was a moment, and it was just like, as I was saying earlier, like the Liverpool fear, where he got the ball, and he actually controlled it, and he turned to take a shot, and I was like, of course, it's like, of course this bollocks is going to score a cracker.
Balloon.
And just
or the other one he got.
It was unbelievable.
It was the one time, I think he actually took it down ahead of Van Dijk, turned, I think Van Aanholt went one way, Saka went the other way, and I think Zaha went ahead of him. And he just looked around. I think Milner just came in and just took it. It's just so slow and labouring.
He was very, very slow. It took him so long to decide what he wanted to do. And I don't watch every Palace game, but I can remember the last time, as bad as Benteke is, he always has a little bit of a chance at an aerial duel.
I'm surprised they didn't cash in on him.
Yeah.
Because they would have got a bit of money for him. And they could have got just... anyone else to go up front who would run and work a bit harder, because that's what Palace are.
Well, the two wingers are... I've never seen anyone beat him in the air more times than the defender marking him as Van Dijk. Can I ask you a question, John? And Dan, of course, chime in on this.
Can I say one thing before you...
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
We'll all just have a moment of silence to the goal of the season that almost was, with Naby Keita's turn and through ball to Salah, who tried to tink it over the goalie.
I saw very adequately put today. It's like, even Philippe Coutinho at his best was never going to be able to make an incredibly defensive move parallel to his box.
It was a turn.
And have a goal-scoring pass made within 3 seconds.
But the hilarious thing was, though,
ridiculous.
He tried to do the same again and just gave it away, and Townsend hit the post.
Yeah.
So,
I know, right?
But he looks a great player.
Klopp is saying he's out of control and he needs to calm down.
I want to say, though, goal of the week for me, though, if we're even doing it, was Andre Gray's volley.
Sure.
It was... you didn't see it.
I'll give it to Glenn Murray. Glenn Murray's flick against Manchester United against the best goalkeeper in the world.
Watford did a couple of 1-2s on the right, and I was cross first time, and he wasn't standing. He was actually up in the air when he volleyed it. It was a brilliant finish against his old club.
Can I just say this? When Liverpool have these horrible games where where a team kind of sits behind and the front three aren't working the way they should work, like it's about 5 to 10% of our league games, to be honest, especially away from home. Why does the game always focus around James Milner? He becomes the player with the most touches, either man of the match, a pantomime villain, always scores the pen that gets us a draw or the win. It's like he becomes the main Liverpool player in these difficult games.
I think he's the most intelligent. Like, even he came close to getting a few cheeky yellows with a few dragbacks at the right time. So did Joe Gomez, which I thought showed a lot of... but he's just so smart, and he just looks, and he usually can pick out a pass.
He's great. Like, honestly, and even if... I know it was maybe... You said last year, maybe it's his legs were maybe because they were... I don't know.
I think
maybe he's just recovered a bit now.
He's still...
But even when he is... maybe past running peak, because that is his main game, I would never sell him. He's just... I'd say he is forever, so good in that dressing room, and a leader, and he's a perfect Klopp player.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? So
okay, guys, let's get your quick predictions for next week. No Friday night football again. Wolves and City kicks off Saturday.
If Wolves play like they did at Leicester, they'll might give them a game, but Man City should do it.
I agree with Dan, but I think Wolves and Fulham are quite similar, and they're not playing properly yet. And
I think they're trying to play, and
but they're still falling apart at the wrong times. I think City will win. Okay. I don't think anyone's beating City. I just think they're going to win everything.
Two teams that are looking for their first win: Arsenal and West Ham.
I think Arsenal will have it.
Of course they will.
Yeah,
if West Ham try and take Arsenal on, Arsenal still should win. Like in an attacking game of football, if they want to press them high.
Just a quick aside. I know we didn't do it this week, and we can still retroactively do this if someone has time to go back and listen to these parts, so we can do a league between you two this year. But I was thinking to kind of make it a little bit more exciting. You get a point for a correct prediction. You get 3 points if you correctly predict a draw.
Ooh.
Yes.
So just results.
Just when I do the quick fires with you.
Okay.
But we might have to retroactively go back, or we can just start it properly from next week. Bournemouth and Everton.
Scoring draw 2-2.
Bournemouth win.
That would be a 3-pointer if you got it right. No, but the score doesn't count.
No, I think there'll be both teams will definitely score.
Huddersfield and Cardiff.
0-0. Like this game, I certainly won't be watching it.
Okay, I'm kind of intrigued.
My two favourite teams in the league.
My God.
The Dan Derby, as we'll forever call it.
Southampton and Leicester.
Jesus, this could be worse than Huddersfield.
I think Southampton could win it 1-0.
Danny Ings hat-trick.
Okay. We have Liverpool and Brighton is the late kick-off if you want to meet up for a few scoops.
Liverpool will.
Can't, but I would love a few scoops.
What are you doing on Saturday?
One of Sarah's friends has a barbecue every year, so I'm going to that.
All right. Can I come with a portable television?
Yes.
Cool.
As in your phone?
Yes.
Liverpool and Brighton. Dan, what do you have for that? Sorry.
3-0 Liverpool.
I'm going to go with 5-0. Just
Watford and Palace.
Watford, I think.
Watford started the season really well. But so Palace. I know they lost, but I'm going to go Watford, actually. I never say Watford will win a game. I'm going to say they'll win out. And of course,
and I'm saying Crystal Palace.
That a man. Fulham and Burnley.
Fulham.
Fulham. Are Burnley playing in Europe?
Nope.
Not this week.
0-0 draw, I'd say.
All right. Okay. Newcastle and Chelsea.
The game Chelsea always struggle at, and so does Jose Mourinho. But
that's Mourinho can't beat Pardew.
Who can?
I'd say Chelsea.
Newcastle are good at home, and Chelsea are. I don't know.
Like Newcastle play pretty well against Spurs. Actually, I give Newcastle. I go draw actually.
All right.
I'll go with Newcastle.
Okay, and last but not least is Monday Night Football, which sees United and Spurs. Really exciting.
Have a few scoops for this.
Oh, do you know what?
Do a show.
Spurs. So rude not to.
Spurs haven't got a great record against them in recent years, but the way both teams are playing, in terms of just Man United, have been absolutely terrible since they've started the season.
Yeah.
I think Spurs will move the ball too quick for them, and we'll score.
Sorry, I'm just looking at something else here. Okay, moving on to the... Okay, so here's what these passes are based on, all right? It's based on long pass accuracy, short pass accuracy, you're not a defender, and creating chances and assists. So this
Not a defender.
Not a defender. So this really does eke out, passing back to your centre-backs, So, okay, here we go. Number 10, Jordan Henderson. I'm lying. Number 10... Sada Twab from Nice, 23, and is a forward. Okay, this taking into account pre-season, the World Cup, and the first few games of the season worldwide. Raphael,
the World Cup definitely not Messi then.
Raphael Tolio from Atalanta is 27. Markel
favorite TV show.
Susatita from Atletico Bilbao. Sadio Mane from Liverpool. David Silva from Manchester City. Injeko from Roma. Jose Luis Morales from Levante.
Is he gone to Bournemouth?
He's still registered as Levante here.
Can I say one more thing about the documentary?
Let me finish my list.
No.
Number 3, man.
Andre Silva from Sevilla. Alejandro Gomez from Atalanta. And Lionel Messi, number 1, is the greatest passer in the world at the moment.
I don't believe it.
Well, there you go.
He's played more games than everyone else.
I was actually so upset to see that.
He's played more games. That's a higher success to keep
I'd even thought I'd get Tony Kroos.
I wouldn't really go with that because I haven't even heard of some of those players. Like Mane, is Mane one of the best passers in the world? No.
This is just accuracy.
You know what I mean? It's more accuracy,
and effectiveness and key passes.
Kovacic had 100% record passing when he came on Saturdays.
He did, because he's really good at passing the ball. Anyway, look, I'm going to delve into more stats and see what I can find here. Harmonica's at the ready. Sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. I don't know if everyone else heard that. Something just came on the computer. Your story.
Pornography.
Your story.
It's just because he was mentioned. There's a lovely moment, and it's lovely now because of David Silva was able to bring his son out. But people who don't know, David Silva's son was born prematurely, and there was a lot of worry over it. Silva's getting a lot of time off, but when City won the Carabao Cup, there's a moment when everyone's celebrating, but Silva runs into the dressing room and starts looking for his phone just to see if there's any updates on his son, which is quite a nice moment.
That is a very nice moment. And
some nice player the other day, and I've thought this for a while. I think Silva is Man City's best ever player.
I would say Sergio Aguero, but
I'd have. I think Silva.
I'd have Aguero. But, yeah.
I have Wow. Hello. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's see how much time we have. See, Dan, you need to get it off to lead. So we'll just do one and see how it goes. Okay, so this game, and I was thinking about how to phrase it to you because there's very obvious answers, but I'm not going to say a certain thing I was going to say, but it'll become quite evident as we go on. This is the top 6 in the Premier League, and their most expensive starting 11. Their most expensive starting 11 of all time.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name the position. You're going to buzz in.
Mm-hmm.
If you buzz in and get the question wrong, you're automatically disqualified until your opponent answers or has a guess.
Right.
So it's not quickest off the mark. Don't answer unless you think you have a good one.
So you're going to say Man United, for example, and you'll say right back.
I'm actually going to do team by team.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that every time. We're going to start with Spurs. And we're going to start with the keeper. That was Dan?
Lloris.
That is correct. Spurs' most expensive right back. That's Dan.
Aurier.
That is correct.
I'm bad at this.
Spurs' most expensive right-sided centre back. Dan.
Woodgate.
Incorrect.
Alderweireld.
Correct. John is on the board.
Yay.
Spurs' most expensive right back may not be his primary position.
Well,
he was signed as a right back or a centre back. He's mostly played centre back. Dan.
that wasn't me.
Oh, John, go ahead.
I was going to say Vertonghen.
Is you correct?
Well, he's left-sided, but
Yes.
you said right.
Oh, sorry. Right was Aurier. I meant to say left. There's not 2 right backs. Come on, think for yourself, mate.
It's outrageous.
Score 1 to the bad guy.
Spurs' most expensive right-sided centre back.
You just did this.
No, I did left
You did
back.
Alderweireld.
Left. No, that was left side. Sorry.
No.
This is left-sided centre back. Excuse me.
So this is for Tongan.
I'm looking at the team sheet upside down. No, it's not for Tongan because he's considered the left back for the sake of this exercise.
So it's a centre half.
Yes.
Sanchez.
It is Sanchez. Well done, John.
See, if you weren't kicking up such a fuss,
You
could have got a point.
If you weren't kicking... Okay. Defensive midfield.
Wanyama, is it?
Incorrect. Dan, free go.
Defensive midfield. Pilino.
Really? How much was he?
30 million or something.
Oh, yeah. That's why him flopping was such a big...
Oh, yeah.
CM/DM. This player plays both. We're putting him in a holding back 2 here, but he can definitely play centre.
Dembele, is it?
Incorrect. Free go for Dan.
And he's a centre mid.
Centre mid.
DM. So he's a DM and a centre mid.
Yeah, he can play anywhere in the midfield, but primarily he would not be like your number 10. Number 6, number 8 kind of thing. Jeez, Dan.
I don't know.
You do. He's not quite Polino, but he is also not seen as a great success.
Capu.
Oh my God. Free go for John?
Is it Wanyama?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, like if you... Anyway, no, never mind. Free go for Dan.
This is
Let's just
defensive
skip it.
midfield again.
Yeah.
I think we both can't get it. Skip on.
Yeah, skip. We both.
Sissoko.
Oh,
He's a left winger.
He's a right winger.
They're all the same.
Right
never-
winger.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go... most expensive left winger can operate on both.
Lamella.
He's right. He can operate on both. I did say that. Same goes again. I'm looking for who's put here as the left winger, but can play on both.
Lucas
Moura. John, you need to get this.
He got a nice goal at the weekend. I completely forgot that
he did. I mentioned it, but like you're on your phone, man. Attacking midfielder can also play in the wing.
Ericsson.
Incorrect. Number 10, support striker, has played on the wing before. Most expensive. In the history of Go on you Spurs. It's a free go for you, John. Sorry, I should have said that. It's a free go for you. You need this to stick in the game because you both skipped 1. So your best bet here is a draw on 5 each. So you need to get the next 2. And you've got a free go here.
I think I know who this is now.
It's a number 10. I can't give you anything else. He has operated on the wing, but he's primarily a number 10 support striker. You definitely know he exists.
Can I say who it is when he doesn't? I know I won't get the point, but I know who it is.
You will get the point because he has to guess.
Let's get someone there.
Or pass.
I'll just say Ericsson. I don't think it's right, but I have no idea.
I said
Ericsson.
I have no idea.
Can I buzz in or can I
No,
just say
no, it's up to you.
Is it Van der Vaart?
Incorrect. I definitely thought Spurs you would have sailed through. Maybe not this last one, but you would have sailed through.
No idea.
Do you want to give up, John? You need a point to stay in it, John.
Just say
you need a
someone,
point to
John.
stay in it.
Come on, man. After Leeds Swansea is starting in a minute. Hurry up.
It's legitimately starting as we speak. So go on, John. Have a guess. Number 10.
He's probably signed to replace Gareth Bale at some point, was he?
I wouldn't say that, no.
Shit.
Did it.
Yeah.
Dan, do you want to even try it? Dan's on his phone. I don't know if I can accept this answer.
No, I'm on Sky Go.
Okay, Dan, really quickly.
I don't know.
Son.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. And last but not least, the most expensive centre forward. Yes.
Janssen.
Incorrect. Free go to John.
It's Soldado or something.
It is Soldado! John, if you'd gotten Son, you would have drawn it. But out of our top 6, Dan wins round 1 Spurs. We'll save the next for next week. Okay, well done, Dan, on victory in our top 6 most expensive. And before we finish up today, we'll move on quickly to our fantasy table standings.
While you're getting it up, can I just...
Well, buy me dinner first.
Well, hey.
Hello.
Give credit. West Brom beat Queen's Park Rangers 7-1 after drawing at half-time, I think.
Yes.
And the West Brom fans sings, our boiler would get in your team.
Also, West Brom had beaten QPR 7-1 like 15 years ago, and they had it on the front page of their programme for that game. Spooky.
Did you hear what Norwich are doing this week?
They're the pedestrianisation of the
Yes, they are changing the away dressing room
to
pink because they don't want to... they believe that lower testosterone levels for the away team. Leeds are playing there on Saturday, be the first team to use it.
This is... fascinating.
It's so bizarre.
Last week, Buffon swapped jerseys with George Weah's son.
No,
this
Lilian
week
Thuram.
No, that's this week.
Oh.
Listen to me. Turn off the match. We're doing a podcast, you fool.
The anger.
So angry.
Shut your noise, Don.
Shut your noise. Okay, go on. Sorry.
It's finished now. Dan's ruined it. Anyway, it's just that this farewell Buffon
George
tour.
Weah's cousin.
Yeah.
No, it's his son.
Farewell Buffon tour, yeah?
Yeah, he's just playing against all his former teammates' sons.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend going onto Planet Football and looking at the Sarri article about him eating the fag butts and about how much he smokes a day and about testimony from different players, how Durs Mertens said he would never become a manager because he sees his former manager, smoking 100 cigarettes a day and therefore thinks it'll be too much of a stressful job.
Is that what's going on at Napoli now? Ancelotti has moved.
Ancelotti has now started wearing a tracksuit and smoking.
No, I meant
he has.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
And he's wearing a tracksuit.
And smoking. So they've familiarity with the manager.
He never wears a tracksuit.
But he wants to get over with the fans.
He's moved someone mad into centre mid, like he's done the Pirlo thing again.
Oh, well, I don't know who it is. I haven't seen Napoli's lineup. Anyway, right, I need to get to this. I have dropped to last place.
Woo!
So, wild card.
Wild card, bitches.
Rob Normal in 19th, Shane Smith in 18th, Niall O'Byrne in 17th, 16th is Regis Kerr, 15th is James Byrne, 14th Rhino Doherty, 13th Shane Lahart, 12th John Carroll. Is Dan going to break it? Is Dan going to break the tradition of us being in the bottom half of the table?
My defence got 40 points this week, but everyone else had a Guerrero captain, so it's
I got
completely irrelevant.
I got -3 from 2 of my... -4 from 2 of my defenders.
Am I blowing up the mic? Just by yelling?
No, I have you at a certain level. Tom Eastaway is at 11, Greg Harrison at 10, Ronan O'Reilly at 9, Dan is in 8, so he has broken the curse. Sean Ryan is in 7th. Sean Ryan's in it this year, eh, Dan? Dave Nolte in 6th.
Oh, yeah, Sean.
Stephen Lane in 5th. Danny Kilmartin in 4th. Adam Joyce holding it down in 3rd. Stephen Vincent in 2nd. And in 1st place, a man who doesn't watch football, Ross O'Neill.
He got 95 points this week.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm going to have to give him a wee old text. Thank you everybody for listening to the ITK Soccer Show. You can follow us on at ITK Soccer Show Twitter, facebook.com/ITK Soccer Show, also SoundCloud, ITK Soccer Show. Our archives are on YouTube /ITK Soccer Show. If you enjoy the show, please do pass the word on to everybody. We do it for free once a week, and we really like knowing that people are listening. So if you have enjoyed it, do spread the good word, and we'll be back next Monday for Spurs versus Man United. Until then, enjoy all the football, and we'll talk to you very, very soon.